I am Halige Lingappa, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government Postgrad College, Sirguppa. Today I will discuss about the concept and expression of half-life period and mean life or average life. So then what is radioactivity? The phenomenon of spontaneous emission of highly energetic radiations from the nuclei of heavy elements of high atomic weights is called radioactivity. So the phenomenon of spontaneous decay or disintegration of heavy nuclei with the emission of highly energetic radiations is known as radioactivity. So we have two types of radioactivities. They are natural radioactivity and artificial radioactivity. So then what is natural radioactivity? Then what is artificial radioactivity? So the phenomenon of spontaneous emission of highly penetrating radiations from heavy elements of atomic weights greater than about 206 occurring in nature is called natural radioactivity. So the nuclei are elements if they exhibit the phenomenon of radioactivity naturally, then such a phenomenon is known as natural radioactivity. So in our nature, the elements of mass number greater than 206 they emits highly energetic radiations. So they are called radioactive elements. They are uranium, thorium, actinium, so etc. These are the natural radioactive elements. Artificial radioactivity. So the phenomenon of conversion of lighter elements into radioactive elements artificially by bombarding with highly energetic particles is known as artificial radioactivity. If a highly energetic particle, say neutron, if it is bombarding with lighter elements, then they convert into radioactive elements. So nitrogen 13 is the isotope of nitrogen, so called artificial radioactive element. Isotope of phosphorus P30, so which exhibit the radioactivity artificially. N13 and P30, they are the artificial radioactive elements. So then a radioactivity decay law or law of radioactive disintegration, which states that the rate of decay of radioactive substance at any instant is directly proportional to the number of parent atoms present in the substance at that instant. So the radioactivity decay law, which states that the rate of decay of radioactive substance at any instant of time is directly proportional to the number of parent atoms, the number of undecayed parent atoms present in the substance at that instant. So n is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. So this expression which shows that the number of undecayed atoms in the element decreases as an exponential function of time. So now we have discussed about half-life period. Half-life is the time required for a quantity to reduce to half of its initial value. Whatever the time taken by the sample to decay half of its initial value is known as half-life period. So usually the half-life period which can be represented by the letter T of. Half-life in radioactivity, the interval of time required for one half of the atomic nuclei of radioactive sample to decay. So change it spontaneously into other nuclear species by emitting particles and energy. Or equivalently, the time interval required for the number of disintegrations per second of a radioactive material to decrease by one half. So called the concept, the definition of half-life period in different ways. So expression for half-life period. Consider equation n is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. So if t is equal to t of, then n becomes n naught by 2, half of its initial value. Then equation 1 becomes n naught by 2, which is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. So further which can be done as, where n naught get cancel each other, then 1 by 2 which is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. So further 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by e to the power of plus lambda t. Then that becomes 2 is equal to e to the power of lambda t. Then again which can be done as log 2 of base which is equal to lambda t of. So in the above expression, where small t which can be replaced by t of. So t of is equal to log of base 2 by lambda. Then 2 point log log 2 of base e, which is equal to 2.303 into 0.3010 by lambda. Then after simplification, we will get t of is equal to 0.6931 by lambda. So example uranium. For uranium, half-life period which is equal to 4.5 into 10 power of 9 years, and radium T of which is equal to 1622 years. So T is equal to T of. Then n is equal to n naught by 2. Then substituting in the above equation, then it becomes n naught by 2 is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. It is not t, say t of, capital T of. So further half is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t of. Then 1 by 2 which is equal to 1 by e to the power of lambda t of. Where small t which can be replaced by t of, capital T of, that indicates half-life period. So then further 2 is equal to e to the power of lambda t of. Then log 2 of base which is equal to lambda t of, then t of is equal to log 2 of base by lambda, then log 2 of base which can be done as 2.303 into 0.3010 by lambda. After simplification we will get t of which is equal to 0.6931 by lambda. So this is the expression for half-life period. So for uranium, the half-life period that must be equal to 4.5 into 10 power of 9 years, and radium T of is equal to 1622 years. So note this point. Half-life of a substance is universally proportional to its decay constant, where lambda is a decay constant. The number of atoms left after n of lives is given by n is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of n into n naught, where n that indicates the number of half-lives. Then similarly, A is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of n into A naught. So A activity of the element or substance at any state of time, A naught initial activity, the activity of the substance at a time t is equal to 0. And m is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of n into m naught, where m is the mass of the substance at any instant of time t, m naught the mass of the substance when t is equal to 0. So, the expression for half-lives may be in terms of number of atoms, in terms of activity of radioactive element, in terms of mass of the radioactive element. Mean life or average life. Mean life in a radioactivity or average lifetime of all the nuclei of a particular unstable atomic species. This time interval may be thought of as the sum of the lifetimes of all the individual unstable nuclei in a sample. So divided by the total number of unstable nuclei present. So here the mean life or average life, it is a ratio of the sum of total lifetime of all the individual unstable nuclei in the sample to the total number of unstable nuclei which are present in that sample. So which is equal to integration of t into dn with the limit 0 to infinity by n naught. So further which can be written as which is equal to lambda into integration of t into e to the power of minus lambda t by dt. So with the limit 0 to infinity. After simplification, we will get tau is equal to 1 by lambda. Hence, the mean life of radioactive substance is the reciprocal of the decay constant. So, the mean life of radioactive substance is the reciprocal of the decay constant. The relation between mean life and half-life. We know that T of which is equal to 0.6931 by lambda, let this is equation number 1. Then tau is equal to 1 by lambda, let this is equation number 2. Substituting equation 2 in 1, then we will get T of is equal to 0.6931 tau. So n T of and tau for substances are independent of pressure, temperature and chemical compositions of the substance. Where T of is equal to 0.6931 into tau, that indicates the relation between half-life period and mean life or average life. So both half-life period and mean life or average life for substances are independent of pressure, temperature, that means physical conditions and then chemical compositions of the substance. So units of radioactivity, it is defined as the rate of decay of its constituent atoms. Therefore, A is equal to modulus of dn by dt, which is equal to lambda n. Then we know that A is equal to n at e to the power of minus lambda t. So in terms of activity, A not activity of the radioactive substance when t is equal to 0, A activity of radioactive substance after t seconds. So usually the activity of radioactive substance, which can be expressed in terms of Becquerel or Curie or Rutherford. So, where Becquerel is one of the unit of activity of radioactivity, a radioactive substance. If the radioactive substance disintegrates 1 atom per second, then it is said to be 1 becquerel. 1 decay per second equals to 1 becquerel. And Holder units is the Curie, named after Pierre and Marie Curie. 1 Curie is approximately the activity of 1 gram of radium and equals exactly 3.7 into 10 power 10 becquerel. If the substance disintegrates 3.7 into 10 power 10 atoms per second, then it is said to be 1 Curie. So 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 power 10 becquerel. The activity depends only on the number of decays per second, not on the type of decay. The energy of the decay of products are the biological effects of the radiation. So the activity of radioactive substance, which depends only on the number of atoms decays per second, which is an independent of type of decay, energy of decay products are the biological effects of the radiations. So then another unit of activity of radioactivity active substance is Rutherford. If the substance emits, if the substance decays, so the number of atoms are decayed, so 10 power of 6 per second, then is said to be 1 Rutherford. So 1 Rutherford is equal to 10 power of 6 becquerel. So the unit of activity, we have many units of activity: becquerel, Curie and Rutherford. So in this class, we discussed about the phenomenon of radioactivity, the types of radioactivity, natural radioactivity and artificial radioactivity, then radioactive decay law, disintegration law, then half-life period, the derivation for half-life period, so the expression for half-life period, then the mean life for average period, average time, mean life for average life, the definition or concept of average life, the expression for average life, the relation between half-life period and average life, and the units of activity, and so on. Thank you.